How's everybody doing today? Just want to talk a little bit about how to make the lids for these jars, and then also what I use for my solution, so that I can grow some mycelium in it. I'm going to expand my cultures, so I don't have to keep paying the big bucks. Granted, I'm still going to, because I want more and more different types of cultures, but I'm taking this up as part of my hobby because I really enjoy this part. So first of all, take a regular lid. You got to line up your injection port to where you want to have it, and your syringe filter, which I don't have any more left because I just made 24 jars. So you just have to place them to where you think they're gonna fit nicely and not overlap each other or overlap the rim of the screw down part of the jar, so that it makes a nice tight seal. So anyways, I used 5/32 drill bit, which was suggested by the forum, and then I actually changed it up. I used a 1/2 inch wood bit to make my circle, and it turned out awesome. Like no major burrs or anything, so it just cut through it like a mill, which was really good. So once I did that, I deburred both holes. This one is just my template, so I don't have to do it again. So I just set this down on top. I know which one's the big circle, I circled it, and which one's a small circle, so it'll be easy to punch through and just make a dozen more. And I think it took me like a half hour to make a dozen. So yeah, and then fit this into your big hole, and then I put silicone around the undercarriage of the filter right there, because it's a tight fit, but it's plastic and it doesn't form to the hole great. It does go in tight at once, but I don't want it to fall out, so that just help it stay sealed and stay where it doesn't fall out. So less contamination would be great. So that's how I made the lids. Didn't take very long, didn't cost very much. You can actually make the lids without having jars, but I actually left the lids on the jars while I was drilling, and all 12 jars I left in the box while I was doing it, so that there was no movement, and I made sure I tightened down the lid so the inner lid didn't spin, which is the inner lid is this part, from the rim. The rim, it would actually spin and try to spin off. And we don't want to damage the seal on the inside right away. So anyway, so that's how I made the lids. Here is how I made the liquid. So as you can see, I got a nice little color. This one's already been pressurized 90 minutes at, it's like 12 to 15 psi, but then it also sits in it for, I think it's sat in it at pressure for at least an hour more, with the system going off. So this one right here, I currently I'm using the Lite pressurizer. Seems to do okay, but we'll see. We're trying everything out, so I'm also probably giving out some free syringes when I'm done here. Anyways, I did 1 gram of light malt, dry malt extract. Yeah. So this is what I'm using. This is what I have. It wasn't very expensive. I think it was maybe 15 bucks on Amazon for 4 pounds, 3 pounds. And it will last you forever because you barely use any of it. You use 1 gram of it for 600 milliliters. So I only filled my jars up to 300 milliliters. I thought I was going to lose a bunch of moisture or a bunch of water while putting it in the pressure cooker, and I don't. So there is no loss of, barely any loss of moisture. What else? So what I did was I made a big batch. So I made 1 gram is equivalent to almost a half a teaspoon, or almost a quarter of a teaspoon, sorry. So I made a triple batch, so 3 halves, and I measured out the milliliters and that many milliliters. So it was 3,600 milliliters. So I did 3,600 milliliters to what was it? Pretty much one and 1.5 Yeah, 1 and 1.5 teaspoons, I believe. Yeah. Either way, I didn't do it all at once. I did it. I think I did it 1,200 milliliters at a time. So I didn't lose track, because it's easy to lose track when you're throwing powder into a bucket and then mixing it up with water. I used warm water, so they come out starting off clear, which I'll show you as soon as I get these out. So these ones are ready to go in the pressure cooker. You can see the color difference. This is the same mixture. There's nothing different other than it's pressurized. So the fact that it came out a different color, I don't know much about malt extract. I'm assuming it has to do with that. So the fact that the malt maybe being activated with the heat or whatnot, I'm not sure. Anyways, so these are airtight, minus the filter, because the filter is supposed to let gas exchange. I just have this thing turning just to show you. Before I cooked it, I made sure I put in my magnet bar, which I only ordered 24 of those too, so I don't have any extras to show you there, but I can show you this one. That black stuff on it is just the rubbing of the plastic kind of heating up, I guess. So, but that was pressurized with all of this, so it's sterile as well. This stir is pretty sweet. It wasn't very much. It was like $2 or $3 on Amazon. So. All right, well that's what I got. This is where I'm at, and this is where I'm going. So hopefully I can expand 5 cultures into 24 300 milliliter cultures, which would be a lot more syringes and a lot more time to play with, instead of having to spend $10 each time. Thank y'all. Have a good one.